Okay, hello Fire Technology 102 students. This is a weekly announcement video, or it's actually an introduction video for our Fire Tech 102 fall class. Okay, this class is a full 16-week class, so we're going to go one module at a time. There's 16 modules for this class, and then there's going to be one module a week. So the purpose of this video is to give you a brief introduction of the class, also how the class is going to be structured, and then go through the course information module. So the reason that I'm recording this course information module, the reason that I'm recording this introduction video is right now I'm currently deployed to the Gifford Fire, which is up in San Luis Obispo. And while I was expecting to be home Wednesday to teach this class as our first meeting, I may or may not be able to do that, which means you'll have this introduction video, and then we'll pick up with our second meeting in a few weeks, okay? And we'll cover a bunch of stuff in that meeting, all right? So let's take a look at this first page. For the first page, we have an announcement page. I gave you all a welcome announcement and let you know a little bit about this class. Also on this first page is the class itself, Fire Technology 102, Fire Behavior and Combustion, as well as the ticket number, which is 61871. I'm your instructor, James Flint, and we have our modules, a quick link to our modules. As you see, there's 15 academic modules and then one course information module. The resources doesn't count. We're not doing anything with that. That's just a reference for all of you. So if you want a quick link from your home page to what we're doing, you just go ahead and you click on those links there, and it'll take you to where you need to be. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the modules and how the modules are structured. So as I said, there are 15 modules, okay, and one course information module. So the modules are pretty much structured the same. You have an introduction and a summary, what you're going to do, what you're going to cover, what topics you're going to cover. You have every module has a chapter quiz or a portion of a chapter quiz, and then every module has a journal entry. So these journal entries are based on things that you are going to do in the fire department or things that are relative to the chapter that we're covering. Okay, so the first one, firefighter safety for chapter 1. And then you have a journal entry on firefighter safety. Why did I do firefighter physical ability test in this? A couple of reasons. The firefighter physical ability test is something that you're all going to need to take. So you're really going to want to get familiar with it. And there's two local ones that you're going to want to be familiar with. You're going to want to be familiar with the BIDL, and you're going to want to be familiar with the CPAT. All right, you're going to want to be familiar with both of those. So that's how the modules are structured. They're journal entries as well as chapter quizzes, okay, with the exception of the midterm exam. This midterm exam is just the quiz only, the midterm exam only, and then the final exam is the final exam and end of course survey. All right, so that's how that goes there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our course information module, and we'll give you a brief introduction to the class. And we'll talk a little bit more at the end about how this class is going to be structured and how we're going to cover things. Okay, so this is pretty much the same as the email or as the announcement that I had sent you. A couple things I want to highlight here. If you're having problems with Canvas, you have a support hotline number. It's a 24/7 number. And then there's also links on your homepage of how to get to Canvas if you need. My email, flint_james@sac.edu. You can shoot me an email using your inbox on the global navigation bar to the left, or you can shoot me an email just using your regular email address. Here's the difference. If you use the navigation bar on the left, I won't see that you sent me an email until I open up Canvas. If you send one with your personal email, then I will be able to see it in my email when I log on. Okay, so it's a little bit of semantics, but that's how it goes. Pronto is a text messaging app that I use. I sent all of you a test app. I did get a reply from a couple of people, so that's great. And that's going to be the fastest, is I'll reply to you right away. If it's working, there have been some issues with that over the last couple of semesters. So if it's working, we'll use it. If you're not getting a response from me very quickly, like within 30 minutes on Pronto, then go ahead and send me an email. But please give me 24, 48 hours to respond to all emails. Okay. The textbook, IFSTA Essentials of Firefighting. I know there's an 8th edition, so the 7th and the 8th edition will work just fine. There'll be no issues there with the material that's covered. Our course syllabus, this is you can download a copy of the course syllabus by clicking the link here on the course syllabus page. So if you click that course syllabus page, or you use the course information module to get to the syllabus, you're going to get to the same place. Okay, so the hybrid meetings. The 20th was going to be our first meeting. It may or may not be. So if I am home and back, then I will teach the class. If not, you're going to have this video. So you're going to go the 20th and then the 27th. So you'll go 2 weeks of information, and then we'll pick up with week 3 being our first lecture. When we have our lecture or our Zoom meetings, they're going to go from 12 to 2. And what we're going to do is you're going to do the quizzes and all of the work from the modules online. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, and we're going to look at structure fires, and we're going to look at fire behavior, and we're going to look at all of these things in supplemental videos, and we're going to apply what you're learning. So you're going to complete the modules, and then we're going to come back and we're going to apply what you have learned using real life incidents or real life training exercise. That's how that works. Okay. So yes, complete the work, even if I don't lecture on it. So the 20th is kind of up in the air. Please be flexible, because that right now is the tentative date that we demobilize from this incident and return home, which means that I won't have time to be able to log on. I won't be able to log on and teach the class. So I'll let you know more in the next day or two how that's going to play out. This class, classes start August 18th, so the modules will always open on Monday, even though our meetings are on Wednesday. So every module is going to open at midnight, Sunday into Monday. Okay, so this class is going through December 7th. All work needs to be completed by December 7th. So this is a hybrid course, meaning there's a combination of live Zoom meetings and also online coursework. Okay, and you can see the live meetings that I have scheduled there. And then I'm going to have to check on that December 7th date, because I have December 10th. So I'll get back to you and let you know exactly what the correct date is for the last meeting. All right. Let's see. Moving on, there's obviously me, James Flint, and then my email, and then Pronto again, and then office hour. I don't have an office hour, so we'll have to do it by appointment and Zoom. Okay. You can scroll through and you can look at the short version of the syllabus. If you want a full copy of the syllabus, please click the link. You can download that link, or you can print out a copy of the syllabus if that's what you'd like to do. Real quickly on policies and procedures, if we have a live Zoom meeting, I will take attendance, and you are expected to be there. You're also expected to complete your work in a timely manner. Okay, so every module opens on Monday, Sunday going into Monday at midnight, and there's a due date for that module Friday at 11:59. Okay, if you're turning in work Saturday or Sunday, no big deal. If you're 3 or 4 weeks behind, you may get dropped from the class. All right. If you don't complete the course introduction module by the end of this week, by Sunday, you will be dropped on Monday from the class. Okay, so please understand that. You have to at least complete that part. If you start falling behind and you're getting 2 modules behind, I'll send you an email letting you know that you're behind, and do you want to be part of the class? And if you do, that you need to catch up and you need to make sure that you're turning in your work. Okay. Again, it's your responsibility to drop the class. I don't always drop it for you, but make sure that you're doing your work. All right, I'm going to touch on some other policies in a second video for the class here.